Welcome back, everyone. This is Chad with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be checking out the Vudoo 360. This is brand spanking new from Vudoo Gun Works, and they make some amazing 22 rifles. Yes, this is a 22. It says it right there, 22 LR. These things have been out for a little while now, and I've actually had the pleasure of shooting a friend's a couple of years back, and his was set up in a J. Allen chassis. It was my first exposure to Vudoo as a company and their products, and the gun was just so impressive. I really didn't want to give it back. Vudoo was nice enough to send us this out early so we could get a release out for you guys about the same time they let the world know about the 360. But one of the unique features of the 360 is just that it is a 3-lug 60-degree action. All right, so the 60-degree bolt throw is a little bit shorter, obviously, than a standard Remington 700 that has a 2-lug system where the bolt comes up at 90 degrees. What that allows for is not only possibly quicker cycling of the action, but also it allows for larger ocular lenses to be used. You know, if you got a bigger scope that has a larger ocular lens, sometimes that bolt handle can run into your optic. So that alleviates that issue. On these Voodoos, a lot of guys are running really huge, high power optics for doing some of the ELR type stuff and doing some of the NLR 22 matches and such as that. Up top, we're running one of the new Element Nexus optics. This is a 30mm tube and a 5 to 20 by 50mm objective. This is a pretty stellar optic for the money, and it is resting in a high quality spur mount. We love the spur mounts on this channel. These are arguably some of the best mounts on the planet. One of the unique features about this particular optic is the focal range goes all the way down to 10 meters. So this is a ideal optic for a 22 or an air rifle to be able to focus down on those very short distances where a lot of, like 22 matches and stuff like that and air rifle matches are shot at. You've got mil rating adjustments on this particular model. You've got a mechanical zero stop, some very nice features, illuminated reticle. Overall, just an excellent optic, very clear glass. I was actually out the other night shooting this at twilight out to about 300 yards or so, just playing around and trying to break the barrel in, and the coatings that are on the glass really do brighten the image like a high quality scope should. But we'll be doing a full review of this particular optic in the future. If you're interested, just stay tuned for that. Just to give you a quick rundown of the rifle itself, the action is the proprietary Vudoo 22 specific action. This is not like a 40X where it's been converted to 22 long rifle. This is a purpose-built precision tool. The barrel is a Bart line, and it's 20 inches to match my other 700 that I have in 308. Up front, we're running a dead air mask. We've got a little Coltac mini Python suppressor cover on there just for aesthetic purposes. This suppressor isn't going to get really that hot to generate a bunch of mirage, but I want it to match the other rifle. But anyways, it's sitting in a chassis system from KRG. This is the Whiskey 3. The Vudoo actions can drop right into any Remington 700 pattern action or chassis, as I mentioned earlier. Now, up front, we've got an Atlas bipod mounted on a spigot mount from KRG. We've got a night vision rail up front. And what this is going to be used for is not only like a clip-on device for some nighttime fun, but also we are going to plan to revisit the How Far Will a 22 Kill video. So we'll be using an optical periscope device up front to get us out to the range we need to just see how we can answer that question. The magazines are proprietary. These are like an AICS pattern, and these were produced and patented by Vudoo, and they are meant to feed this 22 long rifle ammunition flawlessly. One thing with the Vudoo action as well is it is a controlled feed action, and what that means is as you push forward, the round will slide out of the feed lips here, and it will engage in the bolt face, and it'll be controlled by the bolt all the way into the chamber. Okay, now the benefit of that is you don't get any distortion of the projectile itself from like a push feed action where it's just kind of finding its way in the chamber. This actually controls that round entering that chamber, so the projectile stays perfect until it engages the rifling. Now, the chambers on these are rather tight. It is a matched chamber, so what that means is when the round comes home, it's actually going to engage the rifling just slightly, and that enhances accuracy. So other than that, that's pretty much this thing in a nutshell. Now, to talk about some of the data that we've collected, if you guys look down in the description box below, there'll be a link to a Google Docs spreadsheet. Now, that's where I've put all the data I've collected so far. That's velocity data, accuracy testing at 50 and 100 yards with some various types of ammunition. Anything that I do moving forward in the future, any other ammunition that I test, you'll find it down there as well. So just kind of keep coming back to it and see if I've updated anything. But as I move forward, I will shoot a lot more ammunition as it becomes available. As you guys know, right now, 22 ammo, among other things, is a little bit hard to come by, especially some match grade stuff. We will be running some 10X today. I lucked up and was able to find a brick of 10X for, not an astronomical price, but it's non-existent again, so I'm trying to conserve some of this. But when I say that the Voodoo is accurate, this is just a test target from the other day when I was fine-tuning my Zero. All right, these are 3-shot groups, okay? But this right here, I mean, that's literally 3 shots at 50 yards in the same hole. That's like a 0.1 group, center to center. All right, and this is with the 10X. Now, at 100 yards, I was seeing a lot of half MOA groups, upwards of like 0.7 to about 1 MOA with the wind and some of the other conditions. Obviously, we don't have a shooting tunnel out here, but Ely did a test a while back with one of their shooting tunnels and with some of their high quality ammunition, and they found the accuracy of the Voodoo itself to be on par with some of the finest bench rest 22s in the world. I mean, and I don't really know what other proof you need, but we're going to be shooting out to 351 yards today, okay, with this rig. And it's just hard to fathom shooting that far with a 22 and shooting accurately. But I've heard of guys taking these rifles out past 1,000 yards. I mean, when you talk about ELR, I mean, for a 22, shooting this distance is like taking a 308 out past 1,200 yards. I mean, just to put it kind of into perspective. Now, we do have a little bit of wind to contend with today, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Now, one note about the 10X, I did sort this ammunition. We got 100 rounds here, and I did have a few rounds that were a little bit out of spec from the rest. Now, what I used to sort these rounds with was a Raven Eye Custom rimfire rim thickness gauge. A lot of guys that shoot matches, they will sort their rimfire ammunition by the rim thickness because the rim thickness directly dictates the amount of priming compound that is in that cartridge. So if you have a little bit thicker rim, therefore you could have a little bit more priming compound and have higher velocity. Also, you could have a thinner rim and have less priming compound and have a lower velocity. At the ranges that we're going to be shooting today, any small deviation in the rim thickness could lead to a pretty significant velocity drop or velocity increase and cause a pretty substantial error at range. I may have to check my data. I've actually wrote my data down on our Coltac cheat sheet here earlier, but the temperature has increased a fair amount, and with 22, it certainly does make a big difference when the weather changes because of the elevations that you're having to contend with here. So let's just plug this into applied ballistics real fast, and yeah, we dropped 1/10 of a mil. So showing 2.1 to 109 yards. Let's take a shot here and see. We got the ATF coming flying over, checking on us. All right, let's get our parallax adjusted. Let's see where we are in a headshot here at 100 yards. We got a half-size D28 down there from Shoot Steel. Okay. A little bit of wind to contend with. I'm gonna hold over maybe about 1/2 a mil here. Where are we at? Let's see. Wind is picking up out here, guys. Let me aim for the bolt. We'll see where we're at. Okay. Yeah, it's blowing from the right side now. Just a little bit of wind to contend with. All right, let's move out to 222 down there on the bottom. So we're talking close to 8 mils. All right. All right, 222. All right, there's 2 rounds stacked right on top of each other. Let's see how bad I can screw it up. I mean, look, I'm gonna leave that group down there. We'll measure it later, but that's probably like a half MOA group at 200. All right, John set me up some soda cans down there, okay? These are just like regular cola cans. Let's see if we can score those real quick. Got a few rounds left here. All right, soda cans at 222 yards with the 22. All right. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that wind like picked up right when I broke that shot. Oh no, that wind. I'll oot that mag. So we'll run through these mags and then I'll show you guys kind of the loading process here. Oh no! Ooh, right over the top of him. All right, I mean, soda cans, literally like 2 to 3 inch target or so, at 222 yards. I cannot express how much fun it is to shoot a 22 at long range. All right, let's see. So let's check our data. I'm shooting just a little bit high, so it's warming up a bit out here. Our next range is 249, and we're gonna take a couple of shots at our gopher out there too. Let's see, 9.4. Yeah, so we did drop down a bit. All right, 9.4 mils. All right, let's take a shot on our big half size real quick, kind of see where we are. All right, a little bit of parallax adjustment here. Okay. Okay. $250 yards, and those rounds stack in there like that. All right, let's take a shot at a gopher. You can feel when you're out of ammunition, you don't feel that little bit of resistance from that round leaving the feed lips. I'm trying to hurry because I want to shoot in between the wind. All right. All right, let's mosey. All right, 285. All right, 11.7. Man, all right, you know what? We're just gonna go, for that 8-inch popper there. All right, you guys ready? All right, let's get ourselves level here, okay. Okay, may have to confirm this ammunition a little bit finer, winding up just a little bit high. Let's see. Uh-oh. All right, so this is one of the little caveats to loading and shooting rimfire ammunition. These mags are not loaded exactly to the T. You will wind up with a little bit of rim lock. Even loading these mags very carefully, you could run into that situation. All right. Take a few more shots here. A little bit of wind. All right, so to load the mag, you're gonna take single round, and you have these follower tabs, all right? So like many other 22 magazines out there, you can pull the follower down to take some of the pressure off. You're just gonna drop the round in, and just kind of like let it sit back in place. Now, where I might differ from other people, I'm just kind of gonna push down and also push down on the tabs at the same time and kind of keep a little bit of pressure on that top round and just drop it in. All right, making sure that the rim is forward of the rim up under it, and then kind of let the follower pop back up into place. The rounds should be sitting up at a reasonable angle, okay? You're just gonna continue on that path. Just takes a little bit of time and just some care to get the magazines loaded just right, okay? All right. After you've loaded 10 in, I like to just kind of pop the follower up and make sure that that top round is good. And just examine to make sure that the rounds look like they're staggered in like they should be. It looks like that magazine's gonna work just fine. You can go ahead and load up the other two. All right, got 3 more mags loaded up. Take a few more shots at 285 there and try to hit our gopher. And of course, he has summoned the wind, right? Okay. Make sure we're nice and level here. Yeah, the wind is coming in from the right now. And it's changing like crazy down there. Go for headshot. Oh man. All right, let's take out our coyote. All right. All right, headshot on the coyote, let's see. It just never gets old. Yep, taking him out in the neck. All right. 351 yards. Now we've got a giant target back there, okay? Originally we were gonna put a smaller like half-size D28 in front. I said, you know what? We can hear it just fine. We'll just put a about a 2 MOA dot in there. You know, about a 4 or 5 inch dot there in the middle. So we're gonna go on up. We've got, I think it's 16 now. Yeah, 16 mils. Like I said, this is like the elevation to get a 308 out to like 1200, but gosh, with this elevation, you could shoot a 6.5 Creed or like a 6 mil Creed out to probably close to a mile. I mean, that's just insane. All right, let's give her a shot. 350 yards with Voodoo 360 here. All right. And while the wind's like kind of dead here, I'm just gonna shoot, you know, I'll shoot a group on there, and I could probably wind up shooting a couple of different groups. All right, let's see. Oops, might help if I reload my chamber here. Let's see. I don't think I was out of ammo. I guess I'll find out in a minute. All right, That mag's empty now.
Looks like it might have been the lower left quadrant.
Oh no, actually I can spot it from right here. It's just a slight bit high up around 11 o'clock.
Oh, I see it now, yeah. Oh yeah, so you're up there near the top?
Yep.
You see it? Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Chad, that's probably about a 5-inch group, maybe?
All oot. All right. If that's not a testament to the quality of this rig, I don't know what is. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the glass quality in this optic is stellar. Eric's back here with our Mark IV spotter with a TMR in it, and I'm able to spot my shots, and I'm at about 14 power, okay? And I can see the shots on that black target plain as day. It's just crystal clear. I'm gonna finish up this other mag at some random ranges here. But guys, these rifles represent a considerable investment, okay? But the quality that you get is bar none. It's just, this is the best, most accurate, most precise 22 repeater I've ever shot in my entire life. And I love CZs, I love the Bagaras, I love a lot of other things out there, but I mean, the Voodoo is at the top of the heap. I mean, just the bottom line. All right, so let's go back down to 3. I want to try to shoot that that gopher a few more times, maybe the 8-inch popper, and we're gonna let you guys get back to it. But so 10 more rounds, and we'll let you guys get back to your day. I mean, I think the proof has kind of been the pudding here. All right. So back down here, all right, gopher, tweak that parallax just a little bit. See, that wind picked up just a touch. One light strike. I think it's getting around time to clean the bolt face on this thing a bit. One thing I failed to mention early on in the video is that the Voodoos are dry fire safe. Even when the cocking piece is released and the firing pin travels to the front of the bolt face, it does not protrude past the end of the bolt face, so they are dry fire safe. The bolts do get a little bit crusty up front. It's probably leading to one of my minor issues here, but guys, what a fantastic piece of equipment. I have been nothing but pleased with the setup and just the accuracy and just the performance that it's been showing. It is, as I mentioned, just bar none. This is literally the best rifle in this cartridge I've ever shot. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, but I wanted to give a special shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You guys rock. Thank you for supporting the channel. Any of you who purchase man cans or other paraphernalia over on the website, thank you as well. And if you guys don't know, you can head over to Ballistic Ink and pick yourself up a snazzy t-shirt to support the channel. We also sell a lot of non-apparel items, including watches, Oakley sunglasses, and even body armor over on Ballistic Ink. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and stay tuned. We have a lot more on the way.